some tips and tricks and hacks and just some general Disney knowledge that we have that maybe might help even one person. So here goes nothing.
One person.
The first thing we thought of goes with this. As you can see, Disney straws are paper. They have no plastic straws. We talked about this a little in another video. So we brought, went on Amazon and I bought like silicone straws. We brought them because these just, like, you gotta drink your drink in like 15 minutes or less, or else your straw breaks in half or gets smushed. So I would bring reusable straws. Literally no place has anything but paper straws. So it was really cheap, like $5 on Amazon, and for like 4 silicone straws, and it worked out great. The next thing is cup lids. They don't give at Disney Springs and stuff. They do. Starbucks does, but at like quick service locations, sodas do not come with cup lids. So
one thing you can do, just if you're out and about at the park, is you can transfer it into a reusable cup.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have those Disney mugs that you could bring back.
Just pour it in.
Just pour it into that, and that way, when you put it into a stroller or whatever, it doesn't slosh around.
So after Be Our Guest the first day, we brought our sodas out with us. We put them in the cup holders of our stroller. We went over a bump. Jensen was asleep in the stroller. Boom.
It's just
Diet
covered.
Coke shower on our sleeping baby. Woke up, not happy, sticky. So the next time we went to Be Our Guest, I said, hey, I'm gonna get a coffee cup and put my soda in it to go. And
the coffee, apparently they still have,
because they have coffee lids, because I guess because it's hot. And John goes, hey, I wonder if that coffee lid fits your soda cup. And guess what? It did. So we got coffee lids for all of our sodas, and we took it with us, and it worked great. So that's like one slight little hack. I know it doesn't help the environment, but
and that's only really if you're at Be Our Guest.
in a pinch, if you're somewhere that has coffee cups, you can. I don't know why. That's a good hack. The other thing that goes with that is every quick service location will give you free water. So you just go up to the mobile order window and say, can I have some water cups? And they'll give it to you. And then we just take them and pour them into like a big reusable water bottle that keeps it cold, and we just fill them up as we go. And then there's a couple locations that have like the spout where you put your whole water bottle under and it goes in to fill it up. But never pay for bottled water at Disney. Never use a snack credit for it. Never use your money for it. It's free at any quick service location.
Morocco does have the best water. I realized the other day.
And Epcot has the best water. Rise of the Resistance at Hollywood Studios in Galaxy's Edge, new ride, opened December 5th, I think. It's not a fast pass. So what you do, it's called the virtual boarding pass, and you have to get to the park early. They've been opening, so the park opened at 7 a.m. the day we were going, and
the last few days, like since it's been open, people have been going
like 4 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning.
So we went
to be at the front of the line.
We got to Hollywood Studios at like 6:20-ish, and we parked, went through security, and then stood in like this big massive line, like not line, like a clump.
Kind of had to do our research to see what the crowds were like, based on like the previous days. Like if we got there at 7 when the park opened, would we be able to get our boarding pass, or if we had to be there earlier? We kind of figured like 6 o'clock was right around.
Leave our hotel at 6, yeah. So we got into the park. We scanned our Magic Bands at 7 a.m. exactly. So they opened a little early, and so all the people that had been there at like 4 or 5 o'clock obviously got in first. And then you scan your Magic Band and you open the My Disney Experience app, and then you click Join Boarding Group. then every person in your party that wants to be in the boarding group has to be there, scanned into the park, and you click them all, and you click join boarding group, and then they give you a number. So we did this at 7 a.m. Park opened at 7 a.m. We did it at 7 a.m.
They were loading people for the, like, from 6:30 to 7 though.
Yeah.
Like,
And
they
we
opened
got
up earlier.
boarding group 99.
Out of like,
Like 1:30 probably.
yeah.
By the time we walked to the back of the park, they were gone.
Yeah. They went probably by 7:15 they were gone.
Yeah.
And we're talking like, I don't know, what, 10,000, 20,000 people
Yeah.
riding this ride.
So
Gone in 15 minutes.
what happens is then you just enjoy your day. And then when they get close to your group, you get a notification on your phone that says you have 2 hours to get back to the ride to ride it. So that means that you can go back to your hotel, take a nap, you can enjoy your day at Hollywood Studios, you can park off to another park, and then once you get that notification, you go back and you just head straight back to the ride, and it's like they saved your spot in line the whole time. So you don't have to waste your whole day just standing in line like you do normally on like a brand new ride.
It's actually the best way to do it, the smartest way to do it.
So we got our boarding group at like 7 a.m. We got called back at 4:30.
Yeah.
p.m.
Which is actually better than we thought. We thought we were going to be like 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening.
We got lucky because the ride didn't break down much that day, so they were able to get through boarding groups pretty fast. So then at 4:30, we headed back and we just went back there, and then we asked for a rider swap. And it was interesting because John took Will and Griffin the first time, mostly because our kids like to give spoilers for things, and John wanted to go into the ride spoiler free. So I knew that if I went first with the kids, they would be like, oh, and this happens here, and this happens here, and kind of like ruin his experience. So he took both the kids, and then I went the second time. So he went through the regular line with them, and it took about an hour until I waited with Jensen in the stroller area, and I fed him and hung
The
out.
ride is like 15 minutes though.
It's
So
an
it's like
18-minute ride.
18 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like 40 minutes worth of queue time that we're standing in line,
And then
which is a long time, but
worth
you
it.
would have been standing in line for 8 hours,
From 7
10
a.m.
hours,
or from 6
if
a.m.
they
when
didn't
we
have
got
this
there.
boarding pass.
Right. And so then he
Method.
came back. Will and Griffin didn't want to ride again. It was a little too intense for him. Willow wanted to ride again, so she went with me. We went through the fast pass line because we had our rider swap, and we were out in 25 minutes. So
30 minutes.
30 minutes. So the ride time plus about 10 minutes in line. Just to give a concept of the difference. What rider swap is if you have kids under a height limit, so whatever the height limit is for that ride, if you have kids smaller than that, your whole party goes up, you say to the cast member at the beginning of the line, and you say, I'd like a rider swap, and they say, okay, who's riding first, who's riding second, and whoever's riding second, they scan your fast pass, and then your magic band, I'm pointing here, your magic band, and the magic band of 2 people who want to ride again with you, so you don't have to ride by yourself, which works out because we have 2 kids that are tall enough to ride the ride. So the kids get to ride with John once, and the kids get to ride with me once, and the kids get to go on all the big ticket rides, the e-ticket attractions, twice, which is really nice little hack. So that was our Rise of the Resistance experience. I thought it was wonderful. Like, you have to wake up early, but I think the whole thing was super smooth.
I mean, if your whole day is planned out and you're like, you
We're
just
already
gotta,
gonna be at Hollywood Studios.
yeah, you just gotta make that time that hour really is all it is that you're gonna go ride the ride. Other than that, you're just riding other rides in the park and doing what you would normally do. Or again, you can go home or to your room and take a nap, or go play at the pool, and until you get your alert that it's time.
Was it worth it?
The ride, greatest ride ever.
It's worth it.
there was all this hype and talk about Pandora's Flight of Passage. Flight of Passage has nothing on this ride.
Yeah, that is a good ride.
Flight of Passage is just a good ride, but like on a scale of 1 to 10, Flight of Passage is like a 6 compared to this ride, which is a 10.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just
it's
like
a game changer.
it's the most amazing ride, concept, and everything ever. So yeah, it was worth it. I would have, if I knew it was this good and we had to wait in line, I would have waited in line 8 hours. I don't know about 10.
I think we still would have been, like, if we had waited all day in that line, in line for it, I think we still would have been happy we did it.
Yeah.
But instead, we got to, like,
We ate
park
over at
and
Epcot,
eat and hang out, and
and now we're leaving Florida,
then we're leaving Florida.
and now we're entering Georgia.
Okay. So now we've got some more tips and tricks. Another one is, everyone tells you to bring ponchos because it rains in Florida all the time. Even when your weather app says it's not gonna rain, it's gonna rain. And even
Just plan the rain.
it's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain.
So we didn't go as all out. Normally we bring like a second pair of shoes, like flip flops or something to run through puddles in. We didn't do that this time because we already were packing a lot for a baby and whatever. We just thought we could deal with it. But on top of ponchos, we bought a cheap stroller cover, and we every time, unless it's like blue, beautiful skies, there's not even a cloud in the sky, we always cover our stroller before we go on a ride because it is a rude awakening when you come out from a ride and everything in your stroller is drenched.
Like Willa really enjoyed, like in between rides and in between things, she just like doodled on a paper pad with a pencil and like wrote and like practiced things.
Yeah.
And like, if it got wet, her whole notebook would have gotten soaked. And
The kids also don't want to sit in a wet stroller.
yeah,
That happened to us the first time we went with our stroller thing. We didn't know you had to snap it. And it was really windy and we went on Road Nemo and we came out and it had blown off. And there was like 2 inches of water in the basket under our stroller, and I had churros under there I was saving for after the ride, and everything was just drenched. We had to cover the seat with like stuff so the kids wouldn't even get in it.
yeah.
It was
Like if there's any remote cloud in the sky, like it's best to just cover it before you go into a ride. It will really save your day.
Oh, along with that, I think our number one thing we were thankful to have, or actually 2 things, were we got like, what are they called? Carabiners?
Oh yeah.
Like the hooks you use to like mountain climb, but like we use them to hook.
These ones are meant for climbing.
Well, these
Like a
ones
max of like
these ones
15
we
or
bought
20
at the
pounds.
dollar store.
They work great.
And here, this is what I'm talking about in case I'm using the wrong word. Bought these at the dollar store. I always buy like a bunch of them and bring them on our trip, and we hook them to our backpacks and we clip them on the stroller. And then when we go on a ride, the backpack that has like our wallet and all the stuff that we don't want to leave on the stroller, we just unclip it, bring it, and then we clip it back on the stroller. It saves your back from wearing the backpack the whole time in the park, and it like maximizes, like we put like jackets and blankets and water bottles in the stroller basket, so you don't really have room for all your other junk that you're bringing. So we use these. We have one on every backpack, and we just hang it on the back of our
And
stroller.
you can also hang like your water bottles.
Yeah.
If you want water in the park.
Hang your water bottle. You can hang your Disney mugs on it.
Yeah.
Like go buy like 5 of these at the Dollar Tree, and you'll be happy.